Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 290. Today we read you a little going biography book about Barack Obama. So let's read it now, shall we? See what we got for us. A little going biography book about Barack Obama. This is written by Frank Burris. Illustrated by Kristen Sora. Here we go. It was published by A Little Golden Book Release, New York, copyright 2022, by these two followings. All reserved. So seen here is Barack Obama when he was president of the United States. This is his 44th presidency. It came out from 2009 to around 2016. One of the worst years of my life. Well, 2017 rather, excuse me. But anyway. Barack Hussein Obama was the first black president of the United States, okay? Barack was born in Honolulu, Hawaii on August 4th, 1961. His parents met while taking class at the University of Hawaii, okay? Barack's mother, Ann, was a white woman from Kansas. His father, also named Barack, was African from Kenya. See here, it's just the whole entire Barack thing. So there you go on that. Even though his name Barack Obama Jr. to the senior looks a lot different than that which I saw in biography difference. Next page. Anyway. During this time in America, it was legal in several states for a white person to marry a black person. Thankfully, those laws did not exist in Hawaii. And it started to be true in the 1960s up to the 1980s. Thankfully. Anyway, where people of many different cultures lived together peacefully. Yeah. When Barack was just 2 years old, his father left Hawaii to attend Harvard University in Massachusetts. Barack's parents found it difficult to be so far apart. After a few years, the young people divorced. The young couple, excuse me. And I just feel worried because Barack Obama is just the best president the United States ever made besides George W. Bush and George H.W. Bush, that's just me. And Jimmy Carter from Georgia, which I live from, that's just me. So there you go, that's best ideas ever. Next page. Anyway, soon Barack's mom met and married another man. His name was Lulu, and it was from India, and Barack moved to live with Lulu. Adulthood was exciting for Barack. Wow. Who was called Barry. Wow. His backyard was full of chickens, ducks, and 2 baby crocodiles. Wow. Barry even had pet ape. Okay? It all makes sense now in any way for Barry, just having more sense in any way for Barack in every way, so there you go on that. Next page. Anyway, after Barry's little sister Maya was born, his mother at this time was focused on him and his schoolwork, and she wanted Barry to get the best education possible. We sent him back to Hawaii. He was going to put the private school there and live with his grandparents, Grandpa, Gramps, and Toot. Excuse me for getting it. But then I got to make sense anyway, so there you go. It was good enough, so there you go or not. Come on, next page. Anyway. Later that year, Barry's father came to visit and was asked to give a speech in school. Barry's classmates were excited and hear about Kenya and all the amazing things to see and do in Africa. Okay? After his father's speech, Barry became producer of his African heritage. Okay? It all makes sense now in any way, even though Barack Obama became president of the United States, and one of the best things that happened to his father would make sense. And sadly, he died in the 80s, so that would make more difference. Next page. Anyway, although he was very smart, Barry didn't always do well in school, but he was very friendly and popular student, as well as one of the better players in his high school basketball team. When Barry graduated from high school, he went up to occasional college in Los Angeles, which is pretty cool, and then to Columbia University in New York City. Around that time, he also decided to drop his nickname. Now everyone call him Barack. And that's a good idea, because Barack Obama was a good idea. And that way it can be more sense, you know. And that way more different than just Barry Obama. Ugh. You know, that's just me. Next page. Anyway. Although Barack had seen his father since he was 10, they kept in touch. His father even invited him to visit their family in Kenya, Africa. Okay? But before Barack could make it the trip, his father passed away. Wow. Barack finally went to Kenya a few years after he graduated from college. He was excited to meet his sister and brothers and cousins and aunts and uncles. Makes more difference between his family and his whole entire thing between the Barack and the whole family in Kenya and Africa. So there you go. Next page. Anyway. After a few weeks, Barack returned to the United States and began studying law at Harvard University, where he eventually became the first black president of Harvard Law Review. Okay. The summer after his first year in school, he worked in the law firm in Chicago and met a smart and lovely lawyer named Michelle Robinson, formerly known as Robinson, but it's now called Michelle Obama at the time. The two dated and soon fell in love. Wow. These two were like a happy couple to me. And they're good enough to be, now, back then it was called President of the United States and First Lady of the United States. So that is a good idea. So, there you go on that. Next page. After graduating from law school, Barack wrote a book about his life called Dreams from My Father. He began teaching at the University of Chicago Law School, and as a civil rights lawyer, Barack would work with people who have been treated unfairly at home or at work simply because of the color of their skin. 100% Barack. You know, it makes more sense. No more, that's racist, yell, but, you know, that's just me, even though it makes more sense in any way. So, there you go. And we're almost done. We have these pages like, in 1992, Barack and Michelle got married, and not long after the first star Marlon was born, followed 3 years later by Sasha, okay? Barack enjoyed his new life as husband and father, but he wanted to do more than his community. As a lawyer, he saw firsthand how some laws had hurt people instead of helping them. In 1996, Barack was elected to the Illinois Senate. He wanted to create new laws to help people find good jobs and homes. Good idea. Then in 2004, Barack wanted to see the United States Senate. Many people have never heard of him. Okay, that's terrifying. But he wanted to give a keynote speech about the Democrat National Convention that year. People across the country was inspired with stirring words of hope for a better America. All this all makes sense now in a way because number one, it was one of my finished touches during my middle school years, and two, I have to get ready to finish that until I get ready for high school. So there you go. Next page. So I'm almost done the book now. But anyway, Barack began his presidential campaign in 2007, the year which such quote was formed. Anyway, selected Joe Biden as his vice president. Good enough, because he's not the president nowadays. Anyway, he hoped the country was ready for change. On November 4th, 2008, Barack made history when he was elected the 44th President of the United States in America. So I had to spit on this thing. But anyway, Barack started helping the country right away. Many people have lost their jobs, so he created new jobs to help them get them back to work. Thank you. To keep America healthy, Barack fought for and improved Affordable Care Act in 2010. Then Barack made history again when he was elected for a second term as president in 2012. Good enough. And then suddenly there's a website called Obama Act in 2014. And suddenly I just didn't realize what happened, at the time frame. So there you go, even though he's a president, alright, but he was a good president to me rather than Trump and someone, I don't know. It was a Hitler version of that. Last page in the book stating that Barack left the White House in 2017. Year which celebrated its big anniversary, the 10th year. But his work continues, and he's writing more books. He donates his time and money to cause it to lift people up. It brings them together. And he inspires people around the world to take action and make changes in their lives for a better, brighter future. See that, but, I told you he would take a future rather than Donald Trump. Makes sense in a way, but I don't know about Donald Trump. He's up to no good at the time. So that was basically it at the time frame. So there you go. So that was the Barack Obama logo and book biography. What do I think about this book? I think it was amazing to read. So far, this book was a success. That was Bedtime Stories episode number 290. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be more going book about Seattle, Washington. Now, excuse me, I got to edit this and get some water and maybe go to bed pretty soon. Till next time, Sue Jackson Pop, so baby, good morning, Sue. Turn it out. See ya.